Welcome to another episode of Source Selection Soundbites. In an earlier episode, we addressed how to write evaluation statements. Often the evaluation statements are written by each evaluator, who then considers the impacts of all of the observations in order to assign an overall rating to a factor. Once individual evaluators have formed their opinion, they meet with one another to hash out the group's take on what the overall rating should be. There is give and take in the meeting and an exchange of ideas en route to a consensus report that all evaluators are willing to sign. Team members may also evaluate proposals together and forge an immediate consensus without establishing individual reports. A consensus evaluation is not legally required. The reason the technical evaluation team typically produces a consensus document is because it facilitates the decision for the source selection authority. If there is a consensus document, the source selection authority has to review a smaller amount for documentation. The source selection authority reviews the consensus report, and sometimes the proposals themselves, to determine if they agree with the consensus findings and the conclusions drawn. Since a large amount of information has been summarized in the consensus technical evaluation, it's a lot easier for the source selection authority to make determinations and select the best value contractor. On the other hand, the source selection authority can make the source selection decision without a consensus document. It is also vital to realize that the consensus document does not mean there is not disagreement among evaluators or that they agree on every issue and overall rating. The Army defines consensus as an agreement that everyone can live with and no one opposes. The definition goes on to say that a consensus decision is not necessarily a unanimous vote, since some members may not feel it's the best solution. The Army definition is a practical expression of what actually happens in practice. When there is not total agreement, this results in dissenting views. This results in a consensus report that expresses the adopted view of the technical evaluation team, along with a minority report. The dissent can be explained via footnotes in the main document, or a separate document may be used. It is very important to point out that dissent from the adopted view does not increase protest risk or invalidate the evaluation. When there is dissent, the SSA is charged with making the decision based on the information at hand. The SSA may accept the adopted consensus or minority view. This concludes another episode of Source Selection Soundbites. If this video was helpful, hit the like and subscribe button to ensure you don't miss any new material. If you want more details on the subject, they are available on the Source Selection Answer app. It contains lectures, quizzes, court cases, sample documents, and more material that allow practitioners to quickly obtain actionable knowledge. Thanks for watching. See you next time.